Coco, and you're inside tennis with the Cause.
Well, Scott, you did it again. Another great professional event right here at Innisbrook. What turns you on about bringing these events together?
Our goal when we do these things is to make it an event. With tennis is going to be the focal point. We're always going to have the players here, and that's going to be great if you're a tennis fan. Come out and watch the players. But what are the other things that we can do that'll bring people that may be a casual fan or maybe not at all, that get them to come out here? So food trucks, we'll have music. Tonight, black honkies, we have all sorts of fun stuff. I mean, the players that come out here, I mean, last week they were in Charleston playing at 250. These are players that you see every week on TV. This is a great stop for them before they go to Europe to play in the clay season. We're part of the wild card challenge for the USTA, the Roland Garros. So the American player that gets the most points over the next 3 tournaments here in the U.S. gets the wild card from the USTA and Roland Garros. And we got lots of stuff for them to do. They've got great golf, the beach is right down the way, and we couldn't do any of this without our sponsors. From Friendly Kia to Oasis, but VSBC is one of the big ones because we want to try to drive tourism down here. But when they're a sponsor, it's not just about putting on a great tennis tournament. It's about all the other things that we do. So we have our Serving Dream outreach that we go into the school with the players and speak to the kids. We have our nonprofit highlights come out. We had Girl Scouts last night. And all of that we can do because of the sponsors that we have here.
In St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida, every detail is more vivid and more vibrant than you could ever imagine. Where soothing waves beckon you to explore it all. Where miles of America's best beaches meet a world-renowned art scene. Immerse your senses in St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida.
Joe, you have been here 5 years, 5 impactful years doing your stuff, and your stuff is very extensive. Share how extensive you make a tennis program.
Well, you know, I knew 5 years ago there was a great opportunity here at Innisbrook. The junior program has grown to over 300 juniors. Bringing on Gigi Fernandez and the camps that we've done with Chris Everett and Martina and the Bryan brothers, that's been phenomenal to get Innisbrook tennis on a national stage, international stage. And then the icing on the cake is the tournaments that we've had. You know, to have a men's national tournament, the opportunity to work with the Bryan brothers, and now the U.S. Pro women's clay courts and having some of the best women in the world here playing for a week at Innisbrook is fantastic. We've got several outreach programs that we have involved with all the tournaments. I think we've got 5 or 6 501c3s that we're working with. And just the development of junior programs, adult programs, outreach programs. It's been fantastic for the whole area. Tampa, Sarasota, we've got people coming up from Naples. It's been great.
This is a great venue. I've played here twice before. They just do a wonderful job every time creating a really nice event, and you see, I mean, we get ball kids and everything. I mean, like it feels like like a tour level event sometimes, you know, and they've put together that stadium and everything. I don't know, it's a really special place to be. Everyone's so nice.
It's such a nice atmosphere. You get a lot of fans that come out that really appreciate. I mean, a lot of people have come up to me and remembered me playing here like 10 years ago, and as a player, that means a lot. Coming back to the same venue and having people recognize me.
It's what Innisbrook is all about. For years and years, in fact 52 years, Innisbrook has been bringing world-class golf, world-class tennis events to the Tampa Bay area. And we're so pleased that we can continue to do that with events like the Women's Clay Court Championships.
You know what I see? Those players, they're spending time with the guests, with the fans. Beautiful stuff.
That's what it's all about. So often we want to have our players, be it golfers or tennis players, that are circulating with our members and guests, and we want people to be able to go home and say, gosh, you know who I got to spend a couple minutes with? And they now have stories they can tell their friends, and it all happens in Innisbrook.
Tennis has been a big part of your life, and you've made so many contributions. I know what the game's given you, a life. What have you taken pride in giving back to the game?
I think inspiring, especially young girls, to start playing tennis has been one of the biggest things for me. It's super important that I want to inspire young girls to stay in tennis and stay in sport. I think it's great.
I heard a lot of people saying today that team had to play together for a long time to play that way together. How long have you played together?
Very long, actually. We played together just 2 days. We started here in this tournament. We spoke last minute, just before the deadline of the sign-in, but I think we're doing a pretty good job so far.
Absolutely. So what do two unknown players together try to accomplish by just playing and trying things out for the first time?
Yeah, it can be a very good try, and we try together, and we develop, in some matches and some points we try, and it's very good for us.
You still play aggressively out there. How difficult is that, knowing that percentages go for the person that it just doesn't miss? You go for it, you make enough that you still win on play.
Exactly. It's a fine line between being aggressive and still being able to stay in the points, and it really just comes down to discipline. And honestly, you just have to keep practicing, and the matches give you that type of practice.
Well, this place is so nice. There is a lot of courts, and it's really good environment for tennis. I really like it. You see, the weather is so nice, and I really enjoy to play here.
I'm very grateful. We're very lucky to travel around the world and play a sport that we love, and so it's given me so much opportunity that I would have never had otherwise. Been able to travel all over and meet so many amazing people, so very grateful for tennis.
I like to slice a lot, and I really love drop shots, so I can help.
That's why I like you so much.
Thank you.
All-court player.
Thank you. I can help making them, so even when my coach is telling me sometimes don't make drop shots, I still make them. Sorry, coach, if you hear this, I apologize. But yes, I like to use a lot of variety in my game. I don't like to play just flat or just... I like to use everything that I have and to make it more spectacular.
You're playing a lot of high percentage tennis. Is that part of your scheme?
Yeah, we like to play aggressive tennis and try and come to the net a lot and try and win from the net. And I think up and down we did it, and we finished strong in the end.
How difficult is it to know I could hit that ball a lot harder, but I know the percentages are, let's keep this one in play?
Yeah, a bit, but I think our key is just that we are used to each other. We played a lot of tournaments together, and I think we understand each other even if we don't plan anything.
Gabriella, you're kind enough to share that you came from not great opportunities financially to play tennis, but your dad found ways to do it. For your passion of the game, how much more does tennis mean? Because it wasn't there, it wasn't easy, you had to really show you wanted it.
I think it just means a lot to me, even just being able to play right now. I didn't think I could play after I finished high school in Romania. Luckily, I came here in the United States to go to college, got a scholarship, so a full ride for 4 years. That was the greatest thing that could have ever happened. And then from there, I didn't know if I was going to continue to play tennis after that.
At Texas Tech, she was the first and second All-American in school history, and at one point reached #2 in the country. And then she actually upset #1 in the country, and so she had a lot of success on the hard court, even though her favorite surface is clay. And so she's really kind of skyrocketed, and we're obviously extremely proud of her. So
hopefully I can go as far as I can with what I'm getting from the tournaments and the Grand Slams as long as I can make them.
Angela, Sophie, it's All-American time here at Innisbrook. How much fun is it to play fellow Americans, friends, but opponents?
I think, I mean, it's always fun to play, you know, other fellow Americans. Usually it's some big hitting tennis, I'd say, you know, with these young Americans.
We definitely root for each other out here. You know, we're excited to see each other do well. We obviously, I think everyone here is, you know, 100K, right on the cusp of breaking that next level. So, you know, obviously you root for yourself, but if you're not rooting for yourself, you know, you root for your flag. You know, and maybe we can have a little more representation over at the slams. So it's great.
Bill, if anybody knows how to have a good time and fund a good time, it's you. How much fun have you been having this week?
You know, this has been a blast. This week of tennis, really good pro tennis from the ladies. Great atmosphere here at Innisbrook. So I've had a good time myself.
You pull it out. What's it make you feel like to entertain the people and know that they're enjoying what they see and they start to cheer a little more for you?
Yeah, when the people are positive, that helps me be even more positive, and I think when I'm positive, the people are even more positive. So it's awesome to play in Florida. I feel like I always play well here. I have a lot of history in Florida, and I love the people in Florida.
Of course you do. They adore you. Nobody cannot adore a volley netter, you know that. Well, let's kid around. I mean, how much fun do you have with the name, and your parents are never insulted when you're having fun with it?
Yeah, I have a lot of fun with the name. It's a lucky coincidence. I hear it all the time that people think it's the best name in tennis, and I'll take advantage of that. I guess I was lucky.
Brian, 43 years and going longer. From the top end down to startup tennis at the entry level. Proudest moment on both sides of the game. You're at the U.S. Open. You're out there. It might be raining. You might be pushing a few players away from one another, but you've seen it all. You've done it all.
Yeah, I have. I have had some great moments. I will tell you that there's many or more great moments at this level, at developmental professional tennis, as there have been at the Grand Slams.
What do you like about this challenger level? They're almost there. They're getting to where they can smell it, taste it. What's going to take some of these over the edge?
I just think that the players at this level are developing a work ethic, and they're learning what it takes to be a professional tennis player. And those who succeed at this level do so because of that. And often you'll see players at who have been at even the highest level coming back to get a few matches and get some confidence. And what they do is set a great example for some of these younger players who are coming up through the ranks.
In St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida, every detail is more vivid and more vibrant than you could ever imagine. Where soothing waves beckon you to explore it all. Where miles of America's best beaches meet a world-renowned art scene. Immerse your senses in St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida.